Welcome to another beautiful day in rural Montana. This video actually has two intros. I had to record the second intro after editing the video, and this is a super duper video for a 1,000-mile trip in one day with the Cybertruck, and I got all the stats in there that you need to know. There's a lot of tips and tricks in there. I mean, you just have to watch the whole thing, and then all these tips and tricks make actually sense. If I would just tell you do this and do that, you would say, oh, whatever, you don't know what you're talking about. But if you can see the situation along with the tip and trick, then you know what I'm talking about. And so this turned out to be an almost 2.5 hour more hour video, and so I have to split it up into two so that you can just get out the popcorn now and watch this for just about an hour or so, and then next week we have part 2 of that. But watch this whole video because there is so much info in there about the consumption of the Cybertruck. We also compare at the end to gas prices. What would it have cost to drive a gas truck for this trip? We look at the times, we look at all this stuff. Also, I used FSD, so there's a lot of comments about FSD. There's some comments about navigation in there. So just watch the whole thing. There's so much information in there. And if you plan a road trip, regardless if it's a Cybertruck, another Tesla, or even another EV, this video will help you how to plan and how to change things on the way as you're driving, because things sometimes change, plans change. Sometimes you have a little higher consumption, a little lower consumption. So it is stuffed full of cool stuff. So like I said, this will be part 1, and then next week we'll have part 2. So let's go. Good morning from a stormy rural Montana. It's pretty windy out there. It's not cold. Actually it shows here like 39 degrees or something, which is probably a little more than it what really is. But we charged and preheated the truck, so there's a little residual heat as always. I suspect it to be more like 35-ish maybe. But it's pretty warm for Montana, and we're getting going to Vegas. It says here we should be in Butte about 8:15 with 22%. Well, we got over 17 hours to go, so we better get started. So we are at 84% charge right now, and that is our route all the way down to Las Vegas. I think it has 7 charging stops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 charging stops in there. We'll see, we might need more, most likely, I got a feeling. And so first we go to Butte, and we should get there with 22% according to this. I don't know, it's pretty warm out. I don't think it's quite 38. We'll see that as we get going, but I suspect we come into Butte with maybe 10% or so. And here we got trip A reset. Current drive 7 minutes. I guess that's when the truck fired up. I don't know, kind of weird. We haven't been driving yet. Yeah, well, it's preconditioned. And so, well, we'll get going and we'll see how this goes. I'm about 3 miles down the road here, and look at this beautiful light. Let me turn it off real quick. Whoa, yeah. Hansshow light bar. I'll link down below in the description, as well as a discount code. Check them out if you need accessories for your Cybertruck or Tesla. But this light bar is amazing out here in the pitch dark. We can actually get to see something. So we're going 6:18. Temperature now shows 35 degrees as I expected. Always when you're charging, temperature will show a little bit higher. So, well, we'll see. We gotta make it to Butte, which is about 2 hours away. FSD is engaged, trying to do most of this trip in FSD because it is just fantastic. finally got some daylight here. It is 7:02. It shows 43 degrees out, so it warmed up a little bit here. We're a good 50 minutes, it says 52 minutes into the drive here. We drove 54 miles at this point, and we're showing 562 watt-hours per mile at this point. And arrival estimation dropped from 20% to 12%. As I expected, we'll be there at about 10% roughly. I've been going basically the whole way on FSD. I just drove down the road about a mile or so before I turned it on, for the simple reason that I couldn't turn it on because it was not enabled, because I was towing a trailer. So I turned FSD off so I could use TAC, Traffic Aware Cruise Control, with the trailer. So, and as always, then you unhook the trailer, and I forget at that point to turn FSD back on. So I drove down the road and then pulled over, turned FSD on, and since I've been going on FSD, the only complaint with FSD is it doesn't want to go 80 miles an hour. So here in Montana, the speed limit is 80 miles an hour. So I'd like to go about 82 miles an hour according to the speedometer. And we got probably about 200 some miles here in Montana. And you know, there is a difference if you're going about 70. It drops usually to about 76 or so, 77, maybe 79. But there's a difference if you get 5 miles more per hour on a 1,000 mile trip. Well, like I said, Montana, we got about 200 some miles before we get out of Montana here. So, but I'd like to be up there, so I gotta just keep pushing the accelerator pedal and bring it up back to 82 so we can get there. All right, now the arrival estimate just dropped another percent to 11. We got 87 miles to go at this point, another hour and 15 minutes. And yeah, I did a calculation real quick at some point, and if we'd use 700 watt-hours per mile, we could make it there with a percent or 2 or 3, I don't remember exactly, something like that, with a handful of percent in the single digits. And so currently now we are showing 569 watt-hours per mile, so we are a good 130 watt-hours per mile lower than my calculation. So we definitely should make it to Butte, or actually we'll be in Rocker, which is just before Butte, coming from the west here. That's where the truck stops are, and there is the version 3 Tesla Supercharger. Across the interstate on the other side, at the other truck stop, there is the Electrify America DC fast charger. Now the version 3 Supercharger can only do 250 kilowatts max, that's it. The Cybertruck can do 325 kilowatts. So we are limited by the Tesla Supercharger on how fast we can charge. Now Electrify America has 350 kilowatts DC fast chargers. So I could go over to Electrify America and probably charge faster using my Hansshow CCS adapter that I got. Hansshow has a CCS adapter with a long neck that fits the Cybertruck, and I tested that already in another video that's out, and we got over 300 kilowatts. So I could use this adapter from Hansshow and go over to Electrify America and charge faster probably, especially since we get there at such a low state of charge. What is the disadvantage? Well, First of all, with Electrify America, we're not sure if it's really going to work. This is an old station there. Old meaning it's been there for a couple years, a few years. It has not been upgraded as far as I know. So yeah, it may not work. When I did the test with this CCS adapter from Hansshow on another trip, I went to the Helena Electrify America location, which is brand new, and it worked immediately. And then when I went to the Missoula location, which is about as old as that one in Butte, then the first charger would not initiate, and I wasted some time and I had to move to another charger, but there it worked. So now that's a disadvantage. It may or may not work. Also, the Supercharger is going to be cheaper. The Tesla Supercharger is going to be 38 cents per kilowatt hour, and the Electrify America, I think it's like 64 cents per kilowatt hour for a non-member. If you don't pay, I think it's like $7 or whatever a month. You could pay on a trip like this where you're going 1,000 miles, you could pay that fee and then get the lower rate. And most likely, especially with the Cybertruck where you use a lot of kilowatt hours, you probably can make that up real easy. Usually even on shorter trips, I done that before. I paid the fee, and I made it up relatively easy even on like 500-600 mile trips. So now I have one advantage as a Lyft driver. I do get a discount, and it is about 10 cents per kilowatt hour cheaper for me as a Lyft driver. So we'll see. I gotta make up my mind. I guess I got over an hour to make up my mind if I want to do the Supercharger or the Electrify America. I'm kinda interested in if I can get over 300 kilowatts and how long I could get it, because on this drive here the battery, I mean, should be nice and warm, since we basically preconditioned the vehicle before the drive. And I have a 2-hour drive on it as well, and I'm navigating to the Supercharger, so it will turn on the preconditioning if needed. And so I should be able to get super fast charging, basically coming in with a nice and toasty battery and a low state of charge. But yeah, we'll see. There's over an hour to go, and well, at least it's getting a little light out, which is nice. FSD doing great, except that it keeps dropping the speed, and I just gotta step on the accelerator pedal here about every, I don't know, 3 minutes or so. That is kind of annoying at this point. Once we get further south and we have lower speed limits in places, then it'll be fine, because it will still go its 76 to 79 or so if it's 75, which is kind of funny. But anyway, we're going here. Temperature 42 degrees. We came up to 577 watt hours per mile now. We are gaining elevation as we are going towards Butte. It's a 2,000 foot elevation gain from Missoula to Butte, and that usually increases consumption for any other vehicles. And going back usually is better, but we're not going back here anytime soon. We got Butte, and then we'll head on south on I-15 to Las Vegas. I'm 114 miles into the trip at this point. We got about, what, 31 miles to go to the charger, and the estimated arrival has dropped to 3%. So I think that is about the low point. in regards to state of charge arrival here that it estimates. We started with an estimation of 20%. My guess was about 10%. Now it's showing 3%, and it has been showing that for some time now. And usually, I know this stretch here pretty well from Missoula to Butte. It is a 2,000 foot elevation gain, and every Tesla starts out high, then drops and goes really, really low. And then as we're coming closer to Butte, within the last few miles, within the last like 5 miles or so, it actually gains about 3 or 4% again on the estimation. So today we're only going to Rocker, which is a few miles less than the version 2 Supercharger in Butte. So it may not gain as much, but we'll see. It has not given me any warning yet that I should reduce the speed like under 75 or 70 miles an hour or whatever. So and it stayed at 3%. Also we are at 613 watt hours per mile, which means, according to my calculation, where I used 700 watt hours per mile, we are still fine. We got 21% left, so we should be okay. So I think the 3% we definitely can make. Maybe we gain a couple percent. So we'll see, I guess. The temperature now dropped a little bit down to 37, but the sun is now over the horizon and it probably will warm up here soon. So yeah, well, it shows 27 miles to Rocker. We'll see with how much we can get there. Well, it dropped even more. We are down to 2% estimated arrival. We still are at 5%, and we're basically going downhill now towards Rocker. It says 6.1 miles to go. We're pretty close. It started preconditioning for fast charging at 13 miles out. So it's been doing that for a little bit, and that obviously used a little bit of power, but we are actually showing 2%. That is a little bit unusual, but still 2% is fine. There's nothing to worry about. We are about 140 miles in here, and we are at 640 watt hours per mile at this point. So again, my calculation with 700 should have brought us in about with the 2% anyway. So not sure that on the last 4.8 miles here we're really gonna use 2 more percent, but it is possible. So but it is a beautiful day out. The sun is blinding me, my windshield is dirty. Whoa, now it gets really blinding here. So well, I'll see you at the charger. Getting off here at Rocker, I'm at 1%. Holy crap! We're going down. So, well, we're right at the charger here. I think I'm going over to the Electrify America. I'm at 1%. I have a preconditioned battery, so I should be able to get over 300 kilowatts there. The Supercharger is empty, nobody there, all 8 available. I don't think it's any different over here at Electrify America. It says, the navigation says 35 minutes charge here, and that is at the Tesla Supercharger at a max of 250. So the question now is, can we be faster here? Can we cut, I don't know, 5 minutes off being at Electrify America? That would be really cool. So we're pulling in here, and hopefully that all works. Oh, now we came up to 2%. It showed 1%, and I'm not talking about the arrival, I'm talking about the actual state of charge. That's kind of odd. Oh, there's construction going on here. Hopefully those chargers are available back there. I don't know. They put more gas stations in or something, really? Or are they putting electric chargers in? That's what they should do anyway. All right, here we go. Electrify America. Let's find a 350 charger and let's get charging. 1%. We made it. All right, and the next stop would be Lima. That shows currently minus 59%, so we need to get at least 59% in here to make it there. And supposedly here it is 35 minutes to continue trip. It is 8:15 right now, but we gotta get plugged in. We gotta use the CCS adapter from Hansshow, and then we'll see if we can get over 300 kilowatts here at Electrify America. Let's see what we can get here. It took a couple times to get going here. That's kind of the part that sucks with Electrify America. What? Only 250? Come on now here. Let's get going. That is interesting. So over here it says charge rate limited by charging station. That shouldn't be the case because we got a 350 charger back here. What the heck? Is Electrify America actually limiting us? Here we're going 261. That is weird. Well, this sucks. I was hoping to get more here. 263. Interesting. $264. It's going slowly up, but that is interesting that it says this here. I don't know. Does it think we're at the Supercharger or what? Well, heck. 264. It's slowly creeping up. Dang. Well, if we're above 250, that's a good start in a way, but we need more. We already got 15 kilowatt hours delivered here. 13%. Can you see this? 267, 268 speed right here. Been charging for 3 minutes. Here it shows 267, so there's a kilowatt difference between what the charger says and the truck. But heck, we should be at 300 up here right now. Holy moly. I don't know why it says this. This shouldn't be limited here. This should be 350. Oh, by the way, if you notice this is because I had to use the button on the CCS to unlock. It wasn't charging. But yeah, you're not supposed to use the button on the CCS. You gotta use the DC fast charger stop or stop it here on the touchscreen. So okay, we're going up, we're creeping up a little bit. We had 270 there for a second. I can hear the heat pump go here in the truck. Come on, you should go up to 300. Holy crap, this so sucks. I came over here to get 300, not to go slow. So, who knows? Dang. I would assume, I don't know if this here is really correct or not. If the charger is really limiting. Or if it's the truck. But it's possible, both is possible. Yeah. And this is an old Electrify America. This is not a new station. This is an old, outdated location, hasn't been updated. Yeah, we're not getting much here. Holy moly, I could get that much over at the Supercharger. That is interesting. and it's dropping now. It's not even staying up at all. Yep, not what I expected. No fun. So now we're at 259. We can get 250 over on the other side at the Supercharger, and we could be cheaper. Well, according to this, I'm charging for free right now. Session fee 0, charging at 64, or charging 64 cents per kilowatt hour. This is so freaking weird. What's going on here? Nothing really works here, no matter what we press. Exit there. But here it says I charge. Well, exit, come on. Wow, these things are slow and laggy. But here, we're hyper fast. We're supposed to get 350. According to this, I already put $16 worth in at 53 cents per kilowatt hour. Still, that is way more than over on the other side where I can go for 38 cents. So I think I'll go over to the Supercharger to finish this up here. We just done 7 minutes here. Let's go to the cheaper location across the interstate. Here is a screenshot from the Electrify America app that I did just before I disconnected, and here it says the charger is at fault. It has reduced power. I don't know why it didn't say that when I initially started it. So these are the troubles with Electrify America. And here we have another screenshot that was after the session ended, and there is just over 35.5 kilowatt hours at $18.81. We still had to pay the full price even though we did not get the fastest charge, and that kind of sucks. So let's get over to the Tesla charger. Plug and play here. Pulled in, went back there, grabbed the handle. The cord is easy to move compared to this thick, heavy one over at Electrify America. Press the button on the NAX plug there, opens the charge port, plug in, and we're charging. It's just so much easier. At the Electrify America, I used the one cable to the right first, and I couldn't get it going, and then the app got stuck on initiating charging, and I closed the app out, came back in, it was still there, and it was just a hassle. I eventually got it going, and then I still only got what? I maxed out at 270, so that kind of sucks. So I charged for 7 minutes over there, and it then told me I think 28 minutes left for before I reach the charge limit to keep on driving. So the 35 minutes were still there. It didn't really increase anything. So now here we're going at 223 right there. I'm not sure if that's slowing down now or speeding up. It's slowing down. So I don't know. Not sure which charger would really be faster. We were going a bit faster at Electrify America than here. We probably had 20 kilowatts more if I remember correctly. So who knows? At this point I haven't gained anything. I don't think I lost anything really either, but yeah, it's kind of interesting how this goes. The nice thing is charging cost here is 38 cents, and over there it was 53 cents. So it is way cheaper here, and it was way easier to plug in and get going. Well, bathroom break, I guess. We got to, let's see here. Come over here. So now it still shows 30 minutes to continue trip. We gotta make it to Lima. Lima is the next stop, and we gotta charge for another 27 minutes there. It's only about an hour and a half to get to Lima, and then Idaho Falls, Pocatello. Then there's that Tremonton. I still don't know how to pronounce this. Draper, Nephi, Beaver, Cedar City, Mesquite. There was another one in here somewhere. Maybe here. There was a new charger, a version 4 in here. None of these are version 4, I think. And you can look at that stuff by going there and tapping on it. There we go, Pocatello, and this is 150. And then up, come here. Yep, there we go. No, that was Pocatello again. Go here. What is this? What the heck? Let's go here then. That is that Tremonton. That's 150. Then we got Draper. That is a 250. But there was one somewhere here in Salt Lake. There was a different one, which was a version 4, and it said up to 325. So I'm gonna see here. Can we get out of this? There. Let's. There. Whoa, come back up here. Where are we at? Too far. What is this here? That is Draper. What is that? Nephi. Oh, it still shows the ones. Heck. Let's end the trip. Let's do Chargers here. Where are we here? What the heck? We're upside down. There we go. Salt Lake. Okay, now we're closer. There is, what is this? 250. South Jordan 250. Draper, Midvale, Salt Lake. There's a whole bunch of them on top of each other. 250. 250. 250. It was somewhere here. Where did it go? We already had it. What about this one? What the heck? Well, I gotta find it again. We're going only at 164 here. Maybe we're going slower here than we did over at Electrify America, it feels like. We're at 43%. I still find the Cybertruck, for its battery size, to charge slow. I mean, based on the C rating, this could still go faster, I think. So I'm not sure why it's still going so slow. Yeah, the Model 3 does charge faster, and I don't mean time-wise, I mean kilowatts. It goes to 250 and it stays up at 250 for a pretty long time, and it drops relatively slow. So its C rate is much higher than here on the Cybertruck, and that kind of sucks because the Cybertruck has a huge battery. It should go fast. So, well, anyway, time for the bathroom break, I guess, and then hopefully we'll get going here soon because we got a long ways to go. Look at this beautiful windshield, all clean. Well, maybe not all clean, but pretty good. It was pretty tough to do this windshield. It's super large, and these little sticks here on the windshield cleaners are very short, so it was a little tough. At bathroom break, and well, we're already here. 35 minutes remaining to 100%. We don't need 100%. Because right now we can arrive with 16% in Lima, so we better get going because we already have 80%. So let's get unplugged. And we need to get on the road, but let's look real quick. Where is the charger thing? So here, oops, we want this. It cost us $23.64 here and about $18.81, I think it was, on the Electrify America. So we'll total all that up at the end of the trip anyway, so you can compare it to gas prices as well. And regular here is $3.08, so it's pretty cheap actually. So well, let's get going. Super beautiful out there. Heading south on I-15 here, and I just noticed there, oops, it's a little bumpier, Far West Utah. That is a version 4 Supercharger, and we should be able to get up to 325 kilowatts there. So it removed that earlier and put Tremonton in, and now it's back So and we can see there that's only an 11-minute charge, and then in Draper it shows a 14-minute charge. So we'll see how fast that Far West Utah charger is, and I might spend a little bit more time there, and we'll see what we can do and maybe skip a charger or something. We'll find that out as we go. About 12 miles from the Lima Supercharger, which is a version 2, which means only 150 kilowatts. It tells me I gotta charge 55 minutes in Lima, which is a long time. Also, initially it estimated a 16% arrival. We're now down to 13%, which is not too bad. We're cruising at, since the last charge, at 702 watt-hours per mile. So we came up quite a bit. We had to gain some elevation, cross some passes here. It is mountainous area, so we also had pretty heavy winds, so that affects us here quite a bit. The average for the trip is 663 watt-hours per mile. So I don't want to necessarily sit 55 minutes. Coming up just here in a couple miles is Dell. It's another little tiny town like Lima, and Dell has the Electrify America charger. I checked in the EA app. It says that 2 350 kilowatt chargers are available and working fine. So I think I'm going to try that, because it should be easy to get over 150 kilowatts. If we can get 250, that will get us charging quite a bit faster. So I'm going to try that, and we'll see how that goes. It's going to cost a bit more money, because Lima would be again 38 cents per kilowatt hour, and I assume Dell will be again 53 cents per kilowatt hour. But we'll see if we can save quite some time. I'm hoping to save maybe 15 minutes. I don't know. So Dell is coming up here in 1 mile. I'll be pulling off, and I'll see you at the Electrify America charger. Here we go. Beautiful. 294 was the top, but definitely way more than 150. We're up to 23%, and we're still going at 229. So definitely a success here. Way faster than what we could do at the Tesla Supercharger. So hopefully we can cut the time down quite a bit here and not spend 55 minutes at the charger. Just now dropped below 150. So from now on, basically we would have the same speed at the Tesla Supercharger. We are now at 49% here. And let's see here. So let's redo this because we're already there. There we go. All right, so it still tells us here we need to go to Lima Supercharger. It's kind of interesting. It knows we're charging, I'm sure, but it says we need to go to Lima Supercharger and spend 10 minutes there. At what, 45% we would be there. So I think we're still at 145 here. It's going good, and it initiated and worked first shot here, so it's not bad. I think I spent a few more minutes here, but we're doing good. I think we did save some time here. Let's go see real quick how long we've been charging. So we've been charging for 13 minutes, and now the car tells us we would do 10 minutes in Lima. So that makes 23. It estimated 55 minutes before. So we saved quite some time. Charging is not cheap here. Oh, actually it's better here than it is at the other charger. It's 45 cents per kilowatt hour. Not better than at the Tesla Supercharger. That one would be 38, but well, we're doing pretty good here, so I keep going here. We're not going the other 10 miles to the Lima Supercharger for 10 minutes. We're just getting off here to make it to I don't remember what it is, Pocatello maybe, somewhere there. So but yeah, it is doing good here. I like that we could get way above the 150 by just coming here. It's up to 78%. We're only going at 93 kilowatts right there. 10:53, 46 degrees out. It's warming up. And so it tells us now we could get going here. Actually, we could have started quite a while back. We would get to Idaho Falls with 21% right there. About an hour and a half drive. That's not too bad. And so, or we could maybe stay a bit longer here and then make it to Pocatello. That would be the other option. So it's kind of a toss-up. We're going a bit slow right now here at 93-ish. But that said, Idaho Falls down here, Idaho Falls is only 150 kilowatt supercharger. So it would go a bit faster than 93, but not too much. So it's kind of like, should I or shouldn't I? Let's go see what we have going back here on the Electrify America charger. I've been charging for 32 minutes now, still 23 minutes less than estimated in Lima. So we're still 20 minutes ahead of schedule. Charging cost $34. Well, it is a bit more, but luckily only 7 cents more than at the Tesla Supercharger. We have received over 77 kilowatt hours so far. And yeah, we're up to 80%. Now it's probably gonna get slower and slower. I probably can do better in Idaho Falls with another stop right there in an hour and a half. Yeah, so I think I might move on, but I have to say the CCS adapter from Hansshow works flawless. So go check out the link and the discount code down below in the description. There are also other Hansshow products that we have on the truck, like this cool light bar up here. So also discount code and link down below in the description. Go check it out for Hansshow products for your Cybertruck and other Teslas. But yeah, I think yeah, heck, I've been doing some chores here and cleaning up and doing things, so time was flying. But well, we're still going at 93. That's not too bad right now at 82%, but I think I'm starting to button up here the truck. I still got things open, close it up and get ready to drive and then leave. Done charging here in Dell. It is beautiful out here though. Look at this. I mean, it is just amazing. Wonderful day. We ended up with 83% here. And I guess we're going to Idaho Falls. Come on. There. Oh, that's not what we wanted. Here we go. Hour and 30 minutes. We should get there with 26%, which is plenty. And then we'll throw in a little bit to make it to Pocatello, I guess, unless I need a long break. And maybe we could make it to Far West then even. So we'll see. Let's get going here. It's 10:58, 46 degrees out. We're at 83%. We should be in Idaho Falls at 12:28. The weather has turned on me. It's kind of crappy. We are about now 22 miles from the Supercharger in Idaho Falls. It started preconditioning at 24 miles, so we are now preconditioning. The temperature is 36 degrees, so it's a bit chilly out. And we've been basically going downhill after getting over Monida Pass, coming to Idaho. So it still wants me to stop in Idaho Falls and not go to Pocatello right away. At some point I did make the calculation if I could reach Pocatello, and at that point I was just basically around pass or over the pass, and the consumption was 707 watt hours per mile for this trip since we charged. So I used that number and the percentage that I had in the battery, how many percent we had, and I came out about 11 miles short. So 11 miles short, I could be potentially, yeah, maybe we could make it. So in the meantime, now that we're over the pass, and now we're basically going downhill. This is actually a pretty decent stretch here in Idaho going south on I-15. It's usually pretty efficient here with electric cars, and any car for that matter. And so the current drive consumption has dropped to 649 watt hours per mile. The entire trip consumption is 658 watt hours per mile. So I'm kind of thinking maybe I should redo my calculation and see if I could make it to Pocatello. I tried at some point just telling the navigation to go to Pocatello, but it still did route me through the Idaho Falls Supercharger. So I'm gonna try here Pocatello. Okay, so I did navigate to Pocatello Supercharger, and again it still routes me through the Idaho Falls Supercharger, just for 7 minutes though. So I don't really want to stop if I don't have to in Idaho Falls, because the Idaho Falls Supercharger is a little ways off the interstate. You gotta, if you come from up here, it takes you through, well, I don't know, the suburbs to get there. It's a beautiful location, and it's about lunchtime, so for someone that wants to go and have lunch there, that would be perfect. There's a bunch of restaurants right there. You could go for a little walk along the river, so that is all great in Idaho Falls. But I don't really need lunch, so I kind of would like to sneak by and make it to Pocatello with what I got. So I'm gonna calculate that again, and then I'll let you know what I come up with. Getting off the interstate in Idaho Falls. No matter how I calculated it, I came up with at least 5 miles short. I would have had to drop the speed, but to basically bring the consumption down to at least 600 watt-hours per mile. But I don't even know what that would have meant in regards to dropping the speed. Instead of going 80, would that mean going 75, 70, 65? I don't know. And the weather is currently not really in my favor either. It is 39 degrees. It is raining. It's cloudy. We got lights on. The wipers going. We got to keep the heat going. So yeah, it's just working against me by a few miles. So if I would have been a bit smarter, I could have spent probably 5 more minutes, maybe not even 5 more minutes, at the Electrify America charger in Dell. And then I could have made it all the way to Pocatello. And it's not that I really don't mind charging here. It's just the way to get to the charger kind of sucks. I mean, now we're sitting at this red light here, and the charger is just kind of between 2 exits, and you gotta drive, I don't know, about what is it, maybe a mile or so, a mile and a half from each exit to the charger. So that is the part that kind of sucks, just going through town here. If the charger would be right here, that would be nicer, because charging itself is not really the losing time part. Actually, it would charge pretty quick and we could go on. What is the losing time part is driving through town. So yeah, I mean, I could have followed the initial navigation and spent a little bit more time, you know, at the charger there, and then I would have made it to Pocatello. But, well, can't always win. So we're going down here and put a few kilowatts in. Luckily, I don't have to deal with the traffic, as per se, I don't have to drive. Whoa, that was kind of, hopefully there was no cop here. That was kind of rad, FSD. Holy moly. All right, but yeah, so yeah, FSD drives for me, so that is at least good. And hopefully, since there was no cop there, I won't get a ticket, because I think that was kind of rad. I noticed that I think after that it may have turned green for a red for a right turn there, but I'm not 100% positive. So, well, all right, I'll see you at the charger. Well, FSD stopped out there instead of coming to the charger. Here, all right, 10 minutes to continue trip. We got here with 22%, which, as I said, I calculated, it's not enough to make it to Pocatello. And this is a 150 kilowatt charger. And so, well, 10 minutes and then we'll keep on going. We should be safe here. Let's see, does it make 150? Come on, we did some preconditioning too. Only 141. Well, I'll go locate the bathroom real quick and then we can keep on going, I guess. Anyway, we did 104 miles, which took an hour 25 at 654 watt hours per mile. And the total trip average is 659 watt hours per mile for the 350 miles we've been driving so far. And here is good. This is good. This is 37 cents per kilowatt hour, a cent less than in Montana. It said I'm ready to go. Maybe I should get going. So we're still going at 145 though here. That's not bad. I guess, I mean, I would get to Pocatello now with a 17%. Pocatello is another 150 kilowatt charger. So yeah, not sure. Let's see here. What else do we have? Where is the chargers here? So there we're going. So that one right there. No, we're upside down again. Gosh, here we go. We're going this way. There's Pocatello. That one would be the next one. There, Tremonton. Tremonton right there is only 150 as well. Now let's see, can we get there? Well, it still tells me to charge in Pocatello for 30 minutes, so it's not a one-shot thing to get there. Yep. The charges are just kind of spread out in a weird way, so I can't get on the right one. Or maybe I should just have followed the navigation to begin with instead of trying to be smarter and cheat. So Pocatello's charger is right off the interstate, so maybe I just go down there and get a little bit more there, or wait here a little longer. We're doing good right now here at 145, and I kind of hate to break that up doing this good, because I'm not sure, do I get this much, or am I gonna drop to 120 in Pocatello? So I think I sit here a little bit longer. I got a couple things to do anyway, and I'll see, go from there. As long as I'm staying above 140. Once I drop below 140, I need to get on moving. There was a sudden drop down to 123 kilowatts at around 60%. So I'm at 62%, and now, well, we still gotta go to Pocatello and charge there. It says 18 minutes. It is nasty out. Well, 12:48, 42 degrees. We should get to Pocatello by 1:33. Just a 45-minute drive, so this will be quick, and then we'll go from there. Well, it sure is taking a weird way. We just made a circle here around the Tesla Supercharger. It went left instead of just right and then a left and right out of here. It went left and then a right and another right and then finally the left to come out here. It's funny, but it drove itself out of the parking lot, so that is pretty cool. And well, it's driving itself, hopefully without a problem, back onto the interstate and down to Pocatello. And before I forget here, this charging session was $18.23 here in Idaho Falls, but like I said, we'll gather all this at the end of the drive and give you a total number and compare it to gas, so that you can clearly compare it if this was really more expensive or cheaper than a gas truck. Arrived in the back lot of the hotel where the Supercharger is here in Pocatello, and actually the exit is right down there. You can't see that, but the interstate is right behind us. Anyway, we got here with 36%, and the current drive was only 600 watt-hours per mile, so that was pretty good, and we were definitely going a decent speed. That was only 48 miles, 46 minutes here, not very long. And the total drive now is 399 miles, and we average 652 watt-hours per mile. Now, next stop would be Tremonton, and it says minus 15% there. That means we got to get at least 15% in to get there with zero. It's only 93 miles, so only a little bit over an hour there, an hour and 17 minutes, it says. So it shouldn't take too long here to charge, we assume. It says 14 minutes before we can continue the trip, so let's get plugged in. Something happened here. That's supposed to be up there somehow. Well, I don't know, maybe not. That kind of broke off, I guess. But anyway, is it going here or what? We're blue. Oh, I heard a click. There's green. It did precondition almost right after we got on the interstate in Idaho Falls, so for pretty much the whole time. So I'm hoping we get up to 150 here at 36%. We were at about 145 with over 40 or 45%, somewhere around there. Oh, there we go. Yep. So in Idaho Falls, we were at 145 at over 40%. So we should be able to go here, hopefully quite some time at the 145. I'm not sure why it doesn't max out the 150. There's nobody else here or anything, so it shouldn't be a problem. It's done preconditioning for that long. Don't know, but there, 146 maybe. Yeah, maybe it comes up a little bit as it is charging. We'll see. So it is 137 now, and it is 53 degrees out. It's warming up around here. And then here, Pocatello, this is 37 cents per kilowatt hour, so a cent cheaper than in Montana. So we'll let this go for a while, at least 15 minutes, I guess, so we can do Tremonton. I'll play around with the navigation a little bit to see if we could skip that charger or what we could do if we stay here longer, depending on how fast this keeps going here. Now we're at 146, maybe it makes 147 there. That battery pack just takes a lot of heat to get charging fast. It's unbelievable. I've been playing with the navigation and trying to find this Far West Supercharger again. And so this increases the charging time here to 25 minutes, and it now shows minus 18%, so we need 18 more percent to get there with zero. That Far West is, let's see if we can bring it up again. That Far West, there we go. 325 kilowatt max, so that's what we're looking for. And so there's 14 available there. Let's see. Oh, they got this weird pricing and thing here. Look at that, 40 cents, and then it goes back down to 27 at what, 4 at night or something. So it's a bit more money, I guess, especially throughout the day, but we could go really fast here at 325 kilowatt. It is 123 miles away. So yeah, 25 minutes. I think that may be the way to go instead of stopping in Tremonton at the 150. Maybe we go here. It's just a few minutes more charge time right here. So, and here we go. It did kind of warm up, I guess, the battery a little bit more. We're going at 148 anyway, better than 145 or so, right? The more the better. Not sure why it doesn't really come up to 150. I think it should be possible. We are at 52% now, so I'm hoping it keeps going at this here at 148. I mean, I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, they should go to 70-75% like that. So, but I think it was only going to about 60% like that in Idaho Falls, if I remember right. So we'll see. I'm gonna run down to the bathroom just in case and come back up, and then, well, we'll see where we're at. Up to 82%. The truck said we're ready to go a few minutes ago, but I was on a phone call, so I'm a few minutes late. It's 2:06, it's 53 degrees out. It's a heat wave, holy crap, it's warm down here. So we should have enough to make it to that Far West Supercharger. That should be a version 4. That should be able to do 325 kilowatts on the Cybertruck, and we should get there with 15%. So we got an almost 2-hour drive. And so we'll see. We came in here with 600 watt hours per mile. I wonder if we can keep that or lower that. We'll see here, and maybe we can lower that average as we're kind of warming up here. It should all get a bit more efficient. The electric car forced me to be healthy. I had to walk down to the gas station to go bathroom, walked back up, so I got some fresh air and a few steps in. And guess what? In well, whenever I get to Vegas after about a 17-18 hour day, I will be happy I was forced to do so, because I will feel much better than people that just push through with their ICE vehicles and never get a step out. And the step out is just like fill up gas or diesel and get right back in and go, and then they feel crappy when they get there. So it's good to get out and walk a few steps, get a breath of fresh air. And I know I will feel better, definitely. But now let's get on the way to that Far West Supercharger there, that version 4, and see if we can get 300 kilowatt or more. Beautiful out again. Look at those beautiful snowy mountains up there. It is over 50 degrees. It was 55 just a second ago. Now it dropped a little bit, but it's plenty warm. I have to take the sweater off. We're riding in a t-shirt now. It's a heat wave here, but it's beautiful out, and if it stays beautiful like that and the temperature stays up, then we should do relatively good with our average here, hopefully. It still says there 14% arrival at the Supercharger. We are a bit high in the consumption right now, 679 watt hours per mile. We're going 82 miles an hour. And I had to switch the autopilot profile, which I had on chill, because I don't really need any high acceleration, deceleration, or any super fast dicey maneuvers, if you want to call it that. So I liked it on chill, but it just does not stay at the speed limit of 80 miles an hour. It drops down to about 76 usually, and then I bring it back up with the accelerator pedal, and then it slowly drops down again. So I tried the standard, and it kind of kept it maybe a mile an hour or 2 miles an hour faster, so about 77, 78 maybe. And then it's like, well, I'm gonna try hurry. Well, yeah, there's a speed profile or an autopilot profile or an FSD profile, I need to say. FSD supervised profile, to be exactly correct. That is called hurry. So I switched it to hurry, and hurry actually keeps it around 80 miles an hour. The problem, it kind of is a problem. The maximum speed is automatically 85 miles an hour. And that's the max anyway you can have on FSD at this point, but it just goes to 85. So I like 80 to 82, but sometimes we're going faster than that, according to the speedometer. So then I have to use the scroll wheel and set it back a couple miles per hour so it doesn't go 85 the whole time. 82, I think, according to the speedometer, is a good speed to not draw any unnecessary attention anyway. I mean, the truck itself draws a lot of attention regardless, but we don't want to draw the unnecessary attention of a radar in a cop car or something. So anyway, beautiful out. Oh man, I love it. Look at those beautiful snowy mountains. Oh, it's nice, but the road is perfectly dry. Road conditions are great. Yeah, I love it. So a great day to be on the road. 108 miles to go to the next charger. Alright, this is it for this week. We are on the way to the next Supercharger. And so next week this trip will continue, and we'll have more stats, more tips, more tricks. There's more different stuff coming up actually. And at the end, we'll go into the prices for charging and would compare it to what it would have cost with driving this trip with a gas truck, because I checked all the gas prices every time I charged. I looked at the gas stations, what they wanted for gas, and so we can compare that at the end as well. So make sure you are subscribed and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on that next video. Also, definitely give us a thumbs up for this video. Go watch our other videos. Give us a thumbs up for every video that you watch. And we have tons of different stuff there. We have lots of road trips with different vehicles in the wintertime and in the summertime. And we have DIY videos where you can see how to fix certain things on your electric vehicle, because there's many things you can actually do. You don't have to go to a Tesla service center or to a dealer for everything. Just the drivetrain is different, but many other things you can fix. So we got lots of DIY videos. Go check those out. And yes, we own these vehicles and we drive these vehicles. This is all real life. This is not just a show for YouTube where we're trying to get across the country as quick as possible or something like that. No, this is real life. This trip is real. I had to go to Las Vegas, kind of unexpected, and this is all real. And so we have other trips that are just as real with other vehicles, including the Chevy Bolt, a Tesla Model 3, a 2013 Tesla Model S. There's many videos there. So click our channel icon and go check out all those videos. And again, make sure you are subscribed, hit the notification bell, and we'll see you next week for part 2 for this 1,000-mile trip in one day. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.